On TV. So we have a picture on the thumbnail of the stray cat that I'm talking about, that I'm helping. And her name is Bailey Nut. She's the exact cat that I had 10 years ago that got hit by a car out in front of my house. And that looks exactly like her. So a decade later, I get my same cat back in the same carport, in the same spot where she entered and left. And this stuff is bizarre. But she does have babies out in the wild somewhere, so I'm just going to kind of let her be, and we'll see what the future brings. And that's exactly what happened 10 years ago. So I thought that was just bizarre. So I named her the same name and welcomed her back after a decade of being gone. I think that's pretty neat. Okay, so we're going to go over the words of the shorts. The shorts was only 15 seconds, but that music is the energy that's going on right now. So if you are into music or not, that is the music. But here's a few of the lyrics. Kryptonite 2000, and this is Three Doors Down. Well, I took a walk around the world to ease my troubled mind. I left my body lying somewhere in the sands of time, but I watched the world float to the dark side of the moon. I feel there's nothing I can do. And that's as far as I want to go. That's just the first verses there. There's nothing we can do. Okay, so it's that energy of we want to be like Superman, but when kryptonite comes, there's really nothing we can do, right? That was one of the last movies I saw, was the new Superman movie with this doggy. I remember his doggy. But it's like with the cat, there's nothing I can do. The only thing I can do is love it and feed it and hope it doesn't get hit by another car. Okay, 10 years ago, I ended up rescuing it from the Humane Society because somebody did one of them catches with those cages in the neighborhood, and they took it to the Humane Society. And since the cat didn't come back like it normally does every day, right, in and out every day, I went down to the Humane Society and found it, rescued it, got it spayed. Before that, I took care of it and donated its babies. If she had the last batch she had in the garage on the carport, she had 13 kittens. I couldn't believe it. I've never seen a cat have 13 kittens. So I went through a lot with that cat. And then I got it spayed and neutered and kept it in the house and took it traveling with me. And it was awesome. But then, like I said, it was an in and out cat. I didn't just keep it in the house. So one day it got hit by a car. So I try to keep my pets in the house and not outside because they can get hit by a car. But now this is starting all over again. It's exactly like 2011, 2012-ish, whatever. It's exactly the same again. It's the same cat doing the same thing. Now, am I going to do the same thing that I did last time, or am I going to learn from my mistakes? So, as I was saying the last few days, I was saying that the things we do in the past, they're not for nil and void, they're for to learn. So I have to take all the lessons that I learned from Bailey Nut, and I have to apply it to her coming back 10 years later. What am I going to do? God just keeps saying, live in the hour, live in the moment. Because I can't speculate next month. I can't speculate next week. I can't even speculate later this afternoon. So I'm giving you this analogies or these examples, these stories, because yesterday I said it was stray cat energy. That's the kind of energy of stray cat energy. It's an energy of the unknown. They're in and out. They could get hit by a car. Only thing you can do is the next right thing and be there for them and feed them, give them clean water, love them. If they happen to have babies in your vicinity and you can take the babies and give them homes, it's a lot. It's a full-time job taking care of animals. So again, if I have to stay here and do a project, it will definitely be with animals. It will be like a cat castle. Right now I have a love shack, but it will be completely everything cat, cat, cat. Okay. But if I don't have to stay here, then I will just donate all my money to all of you that are going to be doing kind of the same because there's a lot of us. Yeah. And this is Willie here. We ended up getting Willie soon after that. He's 11. So Bailey Nut was before Willie. Okay, the decision you're going to have to make on the Kryptonite shorts is telling you that you need to write down your feelings, you need to write down your thoughts, because there's a big decision you're going to have to make. And it's kind of like what I just said, between staying in 5D and higher and staying here is a big decision that I would have to make. I am all for leaving for good, but I can't guarantee that that's what the soul contract is going to have me do. We shall see. All I know is if I do get an NDA, I will not be on my channel. So I will just post, got an NDA, see you guys later. And then we will just play it again, 1 moment at a time, 1 hour at a time. So they want you to keep your eyes on your targeted intention and know that your home is protected by angels. So whatever you're doing, whatever you're thinking, just know you're protected. That's kind of like me with this situation. Willie gets along with her just fine. They don't fight, and that's awesome. And your home is protected by, I gave her some flea medicine. You just put a little bit on their neck once a month, and all should be well. But I have to live day by day, moment by moment, okay? This is your life's purpose, was the next card out that didn't get on the shorts, and the Queen of Wands. I shuffled the deck 3 different times, and I couldn't get away from the King of Cups and the Queen of Wands. So what I've got there is love and creativity. And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about complete creativity and love. And with the Superman being the power behind us, check into Superman, even watch the latest Superman movie, because there's going to be a lot of messages in the latest Superman movie, and all the Superman movies are what they're telling me. So check out Superman, check out 3 Doors Down, the song Kryptonite. Okay, that's your homework. Now on this major decision that you're going to have to make, that's what you look like. You got blindfolds on, you're sitting there, and I just don't know what to do. That is a feeling. Like, same with the stray cat, right? I could just keep her in the house, take her in, get her fixed, and be done with it. But then what about her babies outside? I don't know how many she has. I don't know when she's done feeding her kids. So I got to just play this out. You can't just rip somebody out of a environment because of your selfish needs. So I have to play this out. That's exactly how I feel. And I cannot get away from the King of Cups. I shuffled the deck 3 times, and this came up underneath the 2 of Swords. And I shuffled the deck 3 times, and the Queen of Wands came back. So once again, it's what the cards want. It's not what I want, because I did shuffle 3 times. Queen of Wands to me is all about attractiveness, being very confident. Don't let your ego get in the way, and go towards your love. I'm also drawn to how all 3 are sitting. Just like I'm sitting here, I'm pretty calm. Willie's pretty calm. It's a real calm feeling, but yet it's kryptonite, yet it's Superman. So it's a lot of energy. If I go crazy, will you still hold my hand? That is kind of the lyrics to that song too. So it's like, will you just hold my hand while we ride through this? I'm seeing a picture of 2 people on a boat, and the currents are all up and down, and they're just holding each other's hand, saying, I love you. If anything happens, I love you, type of thing. And the other movie I wanted to mention was Fellowship of the Rings. I rewatched that yesterday, and I'm still not done because it's like a really long movie. But the guy and the girl in there, where they love each other forever type of feel. I don't know their names, but that's what I'm getting, is this ancient love of where, if I go crazy, will you still love me? Will you still hold my hand? Nirvana, Lithium, I'm not going to crack, but this is really wild stuff we're going through. So will you just love me and hold my hand? If I perish in the battles that are ahead of us, will you still love me? Will you come back to me in lifetimes in the future? And then I'm also feeling where the guy said, another guy in the movie said, yeah, I was there 3,000 years ago when they cut the ring off of the man's finger in the battle. And that's the kind of stuff I talk about with you guys. We have been here many lives. So we are who wrote the Bible. We are who wrote the hieroglyphics on the caves. We are Peter, Paul, and Mary, right? We are these people. We're just in different physical avatars today. So when you're really drawn to certain characters from the past and things, that's your DNA being activated. So if you can watch Fellowship of the Rings and look for them 2 parts, that's very specific. Okay? And come here, kitty. Get down. Okay, another kitty wants to come in. Okay, so then we have this card here that keeps staring at me, the 7 of Swords. And I'm just drawn to how he's carrying the swords. He's got his red boots on. We all know what the red boots mean. And he's being caught for his deceptions, is what I'm feeling. He's trying to run away with his lies, but his red boots are being exposed. So the pedophilia area is being exposed, and the truth is coming to light. All these lies are coming to light. And after that is the King of Swords. So that makes total sense. The truth is coming to the light. And that's where this craziness comes in. Now, I just went from 2 energies, total flip. I went from the energy of the Ancient One. Will you love me even if I die in battle? Will you love me even if I go crazy? Will you come with me and reunite with me in the last chapter? Type of energy to everything's being exposed. So that's where you have to keep your eye on the targeted intention. And I tell you all the time, this is the mission. This is your life's purpose. Keep your eye on the mission. Stay creative. I got the Page of Wands next and the Wheel of Fortune. So stay the course. Be like a page. That's how they acted in the Fellowship of the Rings, right? They're little pages, that little hobbit guy, right? Walking through the snow, walking through the caves, having that faith of a child, but yet the power of Superman, right? Because everything's changing, the Wheel of Fortune, okay? Because everything's changing. And then under the Queen of Wands, which your creativity, was the Strength card and Judgment. So again, it's the same thing. You're going to have strength, just like Superman, just like the Lord of the Rings. This was Fellowship of the Rings. They have to have a lot of strength. They got to be a lion and a human at the same time, because Judgment's here. And it's drawn. We've had Judgment, I think, 3 or 4 days in a row. And with that Wheel of Fortune, everything's turning completely different. So if you're really peaceful right now, it's probably going to get chaotic. If you're really chaotic right now, it's probably going to get more peaceful. That's what I'm feeling. So that's good for the chaotic ones. Okay, so that's pretty much your message. We got the Nine of Pentacles for the outcome, and the guy sitting on the horse here, which is the Six of Wands, badass success. So you're going to do this. And the Death card. Yeah, so you're going to put an end to this bullshit, and that's what we're trying to do. Nine of Pentacles, but just know that your Ancient One is there. So if you can think back to that scene in Fellowship of the Rings where they look into each other's eyes and they're going to be together forever, right? Might have been thousands of years later. He said 3,000 years ago. I remember cutting that ring off of that guy's finger. So 3,000 years, might have passed, might have been 300,000 years. But this is the time where the Nine of Pentacles comes in, where you are reunited with your Ancient One. And I told you it could not be maybe physical. Maybe it's only 5D and higher, because by now your Ancient One is an archangel that sure in the hell ain't coming back in one of these physical bodies. But maybe he is here in a physical body. Nine of Pentacles. So you guys will be getting together real quick. Okay, so I'm real calm. I feel real calm today. I feel a peaceful, easy feeling. Use your High Priestess energy. I see the High Priestess card, and then I see the Ten of Wands, which is the burdens. And it says the burdens of the past. So put down the burdens of the past, 10 of Wands, 8 of Cups, and use your intuition. And yesterday, all over the numbers, the angel numbers, if you look at the comments, I wrote them. It's all trust your intuition. Trust your intuition, trust your intuition. The only warning I have, I'll pick one more card here. We have 5 of Cups is your only warning. You don't want to get like that. You don't want to look at the 3 broken cups. You want to look at your soul contract, the 2 cups standing, and you want to fulfill that. So you want to walk away from the past, the 8 of Cups. Leave the past burdens behind. 3 of Cups are down. Okay, they spilled. There's nothing you can do. You can't refill them. It's all, the water is all in the sand. But look there's a soul contract to finish. Your Ancient One, he's in that soul contract because you wrote it. So don't be discouraged. Quit looking away at those 3 broken cups. Quit crying over spilt milk, is what I hear. and go towards that Knight of Cups, which is the King of Cups energy coming off it. Can't get away from the King of Cups. Okay, so Willie and I love you. I am Miss Mystic, 2013 on the clock. All right. Thanks for listening.